You're listening to the most captivating podcast in iTunes. That's right, the Elite Man Podcast, where we turn average men into elite men every day. We interview the very best experts from the lifestyle, health, fitness, social, and even entrepreneurial worlds. And with their help, we give you some of the best advice on the planet. Subscribe now if you haven't already and enjoy the show. And oh yeah, if you really enjoy it, leave us a review. On today's episode number 282, entitled, How to Heal Yourself from Any Sickness, I chat with Anthony William, the medical medium. Anthony William, the medical medium, is the #1 New York Times bestselling author of Medical Medium, Life-Changing Foods, Thyroid Healing, Liver Rescue, and Celery Juice. He's the originator of the global celery juice movement and the author of the new best-selling book, Cleanse to Heal. In today's episode, Anthony William talks about having the extraordinary ability to communicate with a spirit, known as the spirit of compassion or spirit, who gives him advanced and undiscovered medical information to heal every type of chronic health condition out there. He talks about getting this gift at the age of 4 and how his life and destiny changed the day spirit first spoke to him, and how Anthony became known as the medical medium after helping tens of thousands of people recover from the worst health conditions imaginable. Anthony dives into so much incredible health information in this episode and shares the secrets to many of the most debilitating and severe conditions out there, including fibromyalgia, anxiety, depression, dementia, ALS, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, eczema, psoriasis, lupus, Lyme, and all the other autoimmune conditions. This episode is packed with must-know health information that can change your life or your loved ones' lives forever. If you're wondering how to finally heal yourself from any sickness, check this episode out now. You are going to love it. Never miss any important news, giveaways, information, tips, advice. Go to EliteManMagazine.com/newsletter and join the Elite Man newsletter today. Also, follow me on Instagram at Justin Stenstrom. I post there the most frequently out of all social media platforms. At least a couple times every single day you're getting new information from me, as well as the YouTube channel, EliteManMagazine.com/YouTube. We're posting at least a couple of videos every single week on helping you become the best version of yourself across all avenues of life. Make sure you follow us across the board. Instagram.com/Justin Stenstrom, EliteManMagazine.com/YouTube, EliteManMagazine.com/newsletter. One quick and final note before we dive into the episode. I want you to listen to this episode with 100% open-mindedness. Just because you can't see something, just because you can't actually perceive that thing, it doesn't mean it's not real. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We can't see gravity, for instance, and we know that that's real. We can't see radio waves, and we know that they're real as well. And we can't see this spirit. We can't perceive this spirit. We can't actually hear this spirit. But what we can do is see all the results that this spirit and Anthony William have provided the world. You go on his Instagram page, you go on his Facebook page, you go anywhere else, and you'll see thousands of people. It's almost around the clock. There's new postings of people who have recovered their health from the worst debilitating chronic illnesses out there imaginable. They suffered for years, if not decades, with this condition and have not been able to heal it until Anthony presented that knowledge and information, which he says comes from spirit, and you have to believe him. You have to believe him because all the results speak for themselves. This guy has changed so many thousands of lives already. He's helped millions of people around the world from his books, and all of his information is legit. It works. No matter where it comes from, whether you believe in spirits or you believe in anything, it doesn't really matter because you have to believe in results. And there's nothing more true than results. And when you see this guy helping so many people out there and all the results, the incredible results and healings and people reversing their conditions, the results speak for themselves. They really do. Anthony William is a special gift to the world. His powers, if you want to call them that, are a special gift to the world, and he's helped so many people, including myself, reverse their chronic illness. I suffered for years from this chronic illness, and it wasn't until 2 years ago when I started implementing his protocols that I was able to bring my own life back and my health back, and I've never been happy and more pleased and grateful for Anthony William. He's a true gift. And I only ask that you listen to this episode with an open mind. And if you believe in him like I believe in him and start following his protocols, your life and health will change as well. Stay tuned for next week's episode when I talk all about this health condition that I overcame in the past 2 years. I'm going to dive into details, specifics, talk about everything. And I really think you're going to enjoy that episode. But for now, enjoy this episode and keep an open mind. I'm telling you, this information can and will change your life if you use it. All right, guys, we're live. It's Justin Stenstrom from Elite Man Magazine, and my guest today is the one and only Anthony William, the medical medium. Anthony, thanks so much for coming on the show, man.
Hey, it's an honor to be here. Incredible.
Yeah, I'm really honored, man, too. I'm honored myself. I was talking to you before, we jumped on the call, man. You're one of the only people I've looked up to as far as help, because before the past, I think 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I found your work. Before that time, I was studying everybody under the sun, trying to help my own conditions and help myself heal up from a number of things. And none of any of that stuff really worked, to be honest. Then I came across your work about a year and a half ago. It was a complete game changer. And like I told you before we jumped on the call, you like really helped me out more than anybody else. Your stuff is legit, 100% works. I can attest to that. And I want to share the information that you have with my guys and as many people as I can. So it's a true honor to have you on, man.
Hey, I'm honored, and I mean, the information works because, and this is hard for a lot of people to believe, and I got total respect for this. I mean, just so you know, like, you may have guys out there in the audience and they'd be like, wait a minute, where does he get his information from? And I get it from above, and it started since age 4, hearing a voice perfectly clear that had this advanced medical information ahead of research and science. And so one of the things is that the reason why the information works is because it's not corrupted. And that's the whole point. It's coming from a pure source. And that information's already proven to work. My favorite thing is when someone says, where's the studies? Where's the research? And if you've been sick before, I'm sure some guys in your audience right here, out there listening right now, have been sick before and they've had some things going on or they're struggling and they've been to already 3 doctors. You go to a couple of neurologists, you go to a pulmonologist, you go to your GP, you go to an internist, and now you're, next thing you know it, you're running to chiropractors for the heck of it, and you're running to all these other kinds of healers, and in the end, you're like, wait a minute, how come research and science didn't have an answer to why I'm sick? Like, I thought research and science was supposed to protect us, like, and have answers for us. And the reason why the medical medium information has saved countless lives so far, in fact, more lives than any other health, thing in the world, in alternative medicine, conventional medicine for chronic illness, medical medium information has proven results already to save countless lives. And the thing is that the reason why is not because I'm smart, because I'm not smart. I'm not smart. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to tell your audience, I am not a smart guy. I never went to college, didn't go to any universities, never took any kind of nutritional class, never took anything. I'm not a health coach. I didn't do anything. I'm not a trainer. I'm nothing like that. Nothing of anything. And the only thing I was good at was listening. So when the voice came down since age 4, giving me all this incredible information about viruses and bacteria and how it works in the body and toxic heavy metals like mercury inside our brain tissue and how our livers don't function right and neurological and skin problems and conditions and everything all coming down, and fatigue and all this stuff and brain fog, all this stuff coming down, this information. And I was just good at listening and writing it, listening and trying to remember it and then writing it. And so my gift, and then speaking about it, that sounds my gift. It's okay. You're a gifted guy. You got a great gift. I mean, all walks of life that I've run into over the years, 35 plus years, easy. They're like, you got a great gift. And I've helped out 250,000 individuals one-on-one before the waiting list got into the millions. So in 2014, I had to work on publishing Medical Medium Book 1 because I had to help the wider part of the world, everybody. I couldn't do it anymore one-on-one. And as the list was so big. And so what happened was that, I had the ability to just hear what the information was. And then my gift was speaking about it and writing it so it can get in everybody's hands. And then the gift is for everybody else. I'm just a messenger. So this information is for everybody else. And I tell people who are skeptics, and I love skeptics. I mean, I'm a skeptic. The whole thing is having the ability to hear this voice since I was younger I was a skeptic. I mean, I have to live with this. And but I love skeptics and critics because they're like, wait a minute here. What's going on? What is he? Where is he getting his information? Where's his studies? Where's his research? Where's his science? And my research and science and studies are the people that have literally got their lives back when no one could help them, from information that comes from above the noise, and it's not corrupted. It's not the thumb on the scale didn't happen. Interest groups aren't behind it. Certain parties aren't behind it, where it's about not getting people better. It's more about selling drugs and pharmaceuticals and all kinds of other things. And, so the information is clear above all that. So it bypasses that corruption that's in the world with chronic illness. I'm not saying everything's corrupted in the medical arena. That's not it. But in chronic illness, all that, the corruption is so the level of it is so high. And so the information, my gift was getting that information, withstanding the ability to take a beating like nobody else can, getting the crap kicked out of me for having this ability to hear this voice, the discrimination, the naysayers, all of the crap I go through and gone through growing up, and then being able to withstand that and want to stay alive on this planet to get the message, across. I think that's part of my gift, but the real gift is just the person getting the information. It's for them. That's what it's been. It's about for them. It's about saving lives. It's about making sure they get that information. I understand if someone's like, no, this is crazy. He can't. How can he get this information? But the information is advanced. It's really high tech information in so many ways. Meaning, it's really complicated. It's the structure of it, the understanding of it, and then I try to simplify it with making it even, more readable for the reader too, because this stuff is intense about viruses and how they work. And I always say to critics, which critics are really smart people, so smarter than me. I'm not an educated guy, and I got a little street smart. It's about it, a little street smart. And what happens is, which is actually a big deal, by the way, because, some of the guys out in the audience now, they're just all street smarts, man. And I won't even, you can't measure that, by the way. Yeah. You can't measure that street smarts. That stuff will beat out any university has to offer, man. But anyway, it's pretty funny in some cases or many cases. But the point is that the critics, I want them to read the books. Critics are smart. They're not there to hate. They're really there to be like, wait a minute. Let me take a look at this. How come he's healed tens of thousands of people with his information? How come people have gotten their lives back? And let me look into these books. Let me see what this is about. Wait a minute here. There's no citations in this book. Well, how did he get this information? How is it possible this guy, named Anthony William, how can he get this information and deliver it like this? There's no citations. It doesn't come from studies. It doesn't come from anywhere, but yet it's all medical and original and unique. And I think critics then realize, wait a minute, there's something here. And then the stories of people healing. But anyway, I'll keep on going on.
That's all right. No, and I think that's the biggest proof too. You can do all kinds of studies. You can gear them a certain way. There's always, agendas before the studies even take place. And then you have studies that contradict each other so many times. Like you have the whole keto movement, and then you have the plant-based, like vegan movement, and these people are saying complete opposite things, but then they have all these studies to back them up. It's like, how do you follow any of these studies or believe any studies when you have information really like that?
That's really funny. See, I'm not part of the food wars, and I want people to know this that are in the audience. You're like, well, let me say, I never heard about this guy Anthony William. What's he about? And I'm not part of the food wars. And the food wars are, you got the animal protein crowd, right? You got keto, paleo, animal protein, however you want to package the name of it, and you got the plant-based crowd. You got the vegans, you got the plant-based crowd, right? And they're at war with each other. And they're always out trying to out jazz each other. They're trying to out prove each other and everything. So they're both, throwing science at each other. food science left and right, and now the animal protein is where you get that's the protein that's assimilatable. That's the protein that's the best for your body. That's the protein to build muscles. And then you got the plant-based crowd like, no, the plant protein's the best to build the muscles. The plant protein's the one that's assimilatable. And that's the way. And then you got the other side, the animal